Autobots have conquered the Autobots' home planet of Cybertron. Cybertrons. Cybertron. Cybertrons. Cybertron. Cybertrons. Cybertrons.
Now, returning you to the Children of Primus.
Well, there we go.
There we go. Hello. We are live the moment you've jumped in.
Okay. I spent 2 minutes trying to get my lighting just right, decided screw it, and came in anyway, so I'm not this pale in real life. I'm close, but not quite.
That's exactly what I did. As you can see, I'm still having a lighting problem behind there.
You're descending upon us from the heavens.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Here at Children of Primus, we're, as a friend would say, we are the perfect imperfection. So, I mean, every week is a practice run for a better week in the future.
Yeah. Now I look too dark. I either have to be glowing or a shadow man.
Well, you're always leaving us glowing reviews.
Yeah. There we go. I guess I'll just look at this.
Is that better? Let's see if that's better. No, that's still garbage.
Well, welcome.
I'm going dark, guys. I'm going dark.
That's the mission. He's gone dark.
Yep.
So, welcome to Children of Primus.
From the shadows.
Yep, the Frenzy Freestyle Sunday once again. And how is everyone doing?
Stressing. Christmas is around the corner.
Oh, God, yeah. I got a moratorium. Sometimes we come on here and we're like, okay, what stuff did you get this week? I'm like, I got Christmas shopping. I'm not getting things from now till like January.
Mm-hmm. I got one thing, but I'm expecting a few things within the week, especially that not New Age, Magic Square's new Metroplex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's under a different name, but it's definitely Magic Square because it's on their official website, and they're promoting it on their website. So it's got to be like a partnership thing. I did get this guy.
A lot.
Let me zoom in there.
MMC reformatted someone. I can't tell in the lighting. Oh, the Joker bot. Yeah, the Joker Chrome Dome retool.
Oh. All right, here we go. I don't know. Is that any better?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like the art was already so dark that I could clearly see the name and the company logo, but like the figure itself was like in shadows.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this is like
but yeah,
one of my first mastermind creations, Ocular Max, whatever you want to call it, not G1 type of character, right? So, and well, that's
mhm.
not true because I got their Batman, okay? But besides that, I haven't bought anything else. And I got this guy and I sat him next to Batman and I was like, nope. I love the idea of getting him. I love the idea of owning him. I love every part of that until I put him next to the Batman. And I was like, no, wrong. All wrong. So
what's the
wrong.
problem that you?
That he towers like this much taller than him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
I'd
was
never seen them next to each
Bingo's
other.
review. He shows them side by side, and you can. Yeah, he's a good head or two taller, if not more.
More,
Yeah.
man. I'm not happy. But not only that, but
That's
you know,
interesting.
he comes in the vehicle mode, and like, is it supposed to be like the Batmobile kind of thing? I don't know, but like, it
No,
doesn't.
no.
It
This is
doesn't
that.
even
Well, that's a retool of.
Chrome Dome. But
Yeah.
so it comes with the two heads, chrome domes and green and red and whatnot, and then the Joker head. But it doesn't even come attached. And you'd
Yeah.
think, oh, you could just pop them on. Nope, you need this tiny ass little screwdriver. And of course, I've had them for a few days, and guess what? I don't have a tiny ass little screwdriver. So he's headless and he's getting
Oh
packed
boy.
away.
Ah,
Yep.
that is actually a pet peeve of mine in the third party space where they're like, you need screwdrivers to change the faces.
Oh.
Yeah, official stuff can have you pop heads and faces off and on. Like,
Yep.
why can't third party stuff? I have a screwdriver, but why do I have to put that work in?
Exactly. And like I like the third party companies where, especially the third party companies where you can take the head and you can pop off his face plate and give him a new one, but also after you do that, you just separate the head to give him the new head and you can interchange all the stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure with one of my Megatrons, I forget which one it is. It's an oversized Megatron. Came with like 10 different faces and a scarred helmet, everything. But the way I liked it looked was the clean part of the helmet with the scarred in front with one of the scarred faces. And that's how I kept it, right? Because like it was just too much scarring with the whole helmet being scarred. So I like that aspect.
Well, I mean, myself not having dealt with either of them, I'm wondering if there's the other perspective of if it's easily to snap on and off, eventually that's going to wear out, as opposed to like if you have to screw that part on, you're maybe not interchanging it as much, and it's a lot more sturdier.
Well, I just mean this. It should have had at least one of the heads on there when I opened it, not
Okay.
none. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's my beef about it. Is like not one of the heads was on there, and then I was okay with that until I put them next to the Batman, and it was like no. I don't know. It's kind of like the same beef that I got with the Frankenstein. Like, yeah, you did this right, and you made him whatever character after you made him. I don't even know the character, to be honest with you.
Impactor.
He was Impactor.
Okay, so you give Echo One his own. You give what else? You give his own body to the Top Gun jet guy, right? You give them all his body, right? So why couldn't you do Frankenstein as a Hearst? Why didn't you give him his
most
own
of
body?
these are retools. Them getting fully original things is rare in collaborative.
Actually,
I'm
funny
sorry,
that
that
you
was-
mentioned that. Then they could have retooled Ecto-1, since that
Exactly.
is a hearse.
Yep. And gave
Yeah.
us a masterpiece figure. And like you're doing a crossover here. You're doing Hollywood horror, pretty much, and you are giving us retoolings of like these small ass little characters that I don't know, man. It feels like one of the characters that you just go,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
he's
Well,
not very good
Dracula's
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm shocked there's a second one because Dracula's didn't seem to go over very well with people. Like, you could find them on clearance all over the place.
Wow.
So I'm surprised we're getting another one this far out after the other one came out.
3 of them I
3 of
got.
them?
Yeah, because
Well,
people keep buying them for $10.
but you know, I think in that sense,
Yeah,
when you analyze it, it's almost like a niche market of a niche market, because it's like you only have a handful of people into Transformers, but how many of those fans are into Dracula and Frankenstein? But on the flip side, you probably got people who are
yeah.
Frankenstein Dracula fans,
There's one guy, but
not into Transformers, but they would
Yeah.
buy it for the sake of collecting it.
Well, the reason why I got it is because I love 2 things: horror and Transformers. Right. So when I first heard they're doing
Yeah.
Dracula, and I was like shocked because there was no pictures of it or anything.
Ooh, shut up.
It was just a random thing. I read Transformers is doing a Dracula. And I'm like, oh, that would be so bad. What is he going to turn into? Like, is he going to turn into a cool bat? Whatever. And then you get this Dracula home, and you open it up and you transform it into that bat, and it's like a brick bat. Like, it might as well be a Lego bat. Like, it's not clean, nothing. And even him, his head is so small, like, it doesn't fit right, in my opinion. It's like you could have ran with this, like crazy ran with this, and you did this. I don't know, maybe
Here's
maybe
the thing that a lot of
company
people
will do
weren't
it.
happy about. Yeah, a lot of people weren't happy about. Here's another version of that tooling. It started out as Mind Wipe, but I have a Bad Optimus Primal version of him that they did. Same core figure. His head could come off and change into a guy. He used to be a headmaster. And in fact, the Bat mode, this is the wrong mode to show it off, has like a cockpit here, so when he's in Bat mode, the little guy can ride in it. And people were like, why did they make Draculus out of this and remove the ability for his head to be a little guy and go inside here like a coffin? If they were going to reuse this tooling, they took away the one cool thing that it could do.
Well, they could have even
Yeah,
just did
but,
this, man. If you're gonna retool something, don't make him don't make him what you think he's gonna be. Use one of your dragons or something. Make him, like remember Bram Stoker's Dracula's freaking armor, that red freaking cool armor in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like, I would have loved to have
Oh yeah,
that.
everybody
Like,
loves it.
Yeah, like I would have loved a
say
transformer like that turned into a dragon, because he was part of the Dragon Order, right? So it doesn't have to be a bat just because it's Dracula, Like, it could have been so many much more cooler things. Like you said, the Echo One turned into a hearse.
Well, let's catch up on the comments. So James Coleman, welcome once again. Hey guys, I'm so psyched that Optimus Prime from Transformers reactivate/rise. Prime looks like he bio-merged G1 style with today's upgrades. He looks mega jacked. Evan Former was saying show us, so welcome Evan Former, because he's referring to your characters Freakenstein. James Coleman also says what reformatted did to the Joker bot is dumb. Too bad they didn't make the Joker's head. Should be a micro headmaster. And
Yeah, also,
showed off.
and I think you can't transform him once you put the Joker head on too.
Yeah, that's what someone told me too.
welcome.
I gotta disagree with that comment.
Nitzen Vinutech.
He says
Transformers, crossovers were never good. I mean, everyone has different.
Hey,
different
they gave us the
opinions.
DeLorean. I'll go to bed for the DeLorean Transformer crossover as being solid.
And Professor
Didn't they
D
somewhere
says,
give us the
It's
Enterprise
sideswipe
too?
tooling.
yeah, there was also the Enterprise.
They never made a figure out of it. Everybody's like, make a figure out of it. He did a crossover comic with a transforming Enterprise in it. No figure. I would pre-order that in advance of it existing. If they made
Star
one.
Wars
It was called
crossover.
Fortress Tiberius, and Captain Kirk was the headmaster. Oh yeah, it was the dorkiest thing, but
The Star
And-
Wars ones. Yeah.
That was wild.
Oh god.
And
Yeah, those
Professor
exist
D
already.
says MMC Joker looks good, but I agree with James that the headmaster should be the Joker himself.
Mm-hmm. I could see that being the case. Yeah, that's the only, because like most of these crossovers, a lot of them got comics, but the Star Trek crossover was I think one of the few ones that got a comic and didn't get any figures based on it. And it was an interesting comic because they came up with the idea that it was specifically the Sunbow cartoon crossing over with the 70s animated Star Trek series. Like, that was how they drew it, and that was how they wrote it. Yeah, so it was a very interesting, like, conceit. It was kind of weird and silly, but, like, I enjoyed it. It was a fun, short mini-series.
Well, the Star Trek cartoon was kind of weird and silly.
I don't know, man. I never really liked
there
Star
you go.
Trek, but
So
the Lower Deck is an awesome show.
No,
The Lower
no.
Deckers or whatever.
Somebody mute him.
Yeah.
Mute this guy. No.
I
Doesn't
haven't
like
watched.
original Star Trek, but watches Lower Decks. Wow. Go back to Star Wars, pal.
It's funny. I haven't watched any of the Lower Decks yet. I mean, I've heard good things of it.
I think they're
I've never
funny
had
as hell.
time to do it.
Yeah, I hear it's good. I just, like, there's too many shows, and I didn't like the first couple of new ones that I watched, so I just kind of fell off following the new iteration pretty early.
I'm just thinking of
And
the
I'll watch next one.
unfortunate
That's my
initials
comfort
of
show.
Discovery.
Oh, sorry, seen him, Buck?
I was just remembering the unfortunate initials for Discovery being STD.
Oh, STD.
You all know what I did with them characters when I was a kid.
Oh boy.
Blow them
Oh,
up, firecrackers.
there we go.
Yep, on our previous stream. So if you want to find out about that, go to our channel. While you're here, please like our video, subscribe, and go to our previous stream. You can hear about the adventures of Freakenstein and toys from the 80s. Professor D says, agree with Anthony. I'm in for Titan class Fortress Tiberus. And James Coleman also says Transformers plus Yogi-Oh! Calabi's Blue Eyes
Yu-Gi-Oh!
White Dragon, Yu-Gi-Oh!
God.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, and thank you, Professor D.
That could be a Transmetal 2 Megatron rule, because that's also a dragon.
Is it just
Basically
me,
just
or is
Cryotech, which was
Soundwave
already
getting
Blue Megatron
Anthony?
repaint.
Yeah, Soundwave is getting Anthony a bit. I mean,
Oh, am I not clear?
No.
You're robotic, a little sometimes, on and off robotic.
And lagging.
I'd say unless you want
yeah,
to
his video, you mean?
jump
Yeah.
out and jump back in, see if it self-corrects itself.
I will return.
Soundwave strikes again.
Soundwave strikes again. So while we're waiting for Mr. Fear Courage to re-enter the Xenon Block Arts, what do you have on the screen?
The one on top is the one that Deceptikitty was asking me about earlier. My thoughts about was the Earthspark Nightshade. Then this one you've seen before on a prior stream, the Earthspark Jawbreaker.
Okay.
And he gets mentored by Dinobot. But yeah, they need to make a. This is in the smaller size class, and he's a dinosaur, the owl. Now, granted, when they're in beast modes, it's not as bad. I'm trying to get it so you can kind of see. I don't know. We gotta put his wing down. Yeah, the owl's a little big compared to the dinosaur. But the
Right.
dinosaur's a little small, but so I want to. And this guy isn't as posable because he's in the lower. He's basically in their equivalent. Like, the closest thing in the standard would be like core class, I guess.
Okay.
Plus, he's kind of has a gimmick weapon in one of his arms. Little flip out gun club
Nightshade.
thing. So
I really like show designs. I kind of stopped paying attention because I didn't like the show itself, but I do think the character designs are really nice looking.
yeah, I only seen like a
Nightshade,
little
the
bit
owl
of the
transformer
first
there.
episode. But yeah, I pulled this out out from where I had it in case Deceptikitty came on, since he was asking about it, me specifically about it earlier today. So on
Cool,
the
and
Discord. So
Deceptikitty is on YouTube. Just commented, very cool. Thanks for showing that nightshade off.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
did
I
a
realized
Christmas
it-
video together, me and him.
Nice.
it has pretty good articulation. The only modern articulation this lacks is a waist scribble, but that's because of the transformation. And I think the Earthrise Voyagers don't have waist swivels, if I remember right. So it's not totally uncalled for. Modern
It depends
figures
on
not
the
having
figure.
waist swivels. And it doesn't have waist swivel, but it does have ankle tilt. So that will be the foot and robot mode. So you can tilt both.
Ever since
Forward
Siege
and-
came out in 2019, everything has an ankle tilt now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, not this guy. He doesn't have but his feet are so big, he doesn't really need. So
That's true.
Now, before we get into some news and reviews, Toy Warp, what has been your adventures for the week?
Well, I don't know. Are we making the giveaway announcement tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna make the announcements of it, because I know we still have to formulate what we're doing for the giveaways, but we'll let people know of it. And I think we either have the option of doing a cool giveaway like one every week, or maybe a handful of them within the holiday season. So that's something that we can decide after the stream. What else would you like to remind us about?
Oh, I'm just tired and sore. I've been putting up Christmas lights all day because my neighborhood goes all crazy for Christmas lights. So yeah, I got nothing tonight, guys. I might even cut out early because I'm pretty beat.
You want to borrow some firecrackers or what?
I don't have any lower deck episodes to put them under. So
So no one got anything new? Like nothing?
Well,
Nothing came in
actually-
this week?
Well, bro,
Yes.
it's shortly before Christmas.
Yeah.
That's not what I do right now.
Well, strange
what you
enough, I mean, yeah, I got 5 characters. Because I know we're gonna get into the news after, but it's
Really?
a really odd find, which is from Dollarama. I was in Oshawa and walking through the Dollarama, I saw them on the shelf, and I'm like, this is interesting. Then I went back and realized that it's a series of 5 of them, and they're actually a dollar store version of Dinobots, but they're also the combining Dinobots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's let's see if I can there's one of them. So that's one, which is kind of
Ooh.
like the Grimlock.
yeah, that
They
reminds
put
me
like
how.
work into this. That
Yeah.
is like a Grimlock head.
Yeah.
Give
you
me
know,
That reminds me. There's
I
maybe
wonder
like a
if that's
summer.
like KO'd from something specifically.
okay, let me turn there.
I
we
remember
go.
like a year or two ago, was it 5 and Belows were having like some series of Constructicons going around for cheap.
Okay. Yeah, so there's the Grimlock.
Yeah, that's like a proper Grimlock. I wonder what that
wow.
if that's totally original or if that's copied from something.
Mhm.
Kind of looks like the classics. Is it like a deluxe size figure or bigger?
See, I mean, I'm old school, so in terms of sizes, I can't answer. Here's number 2, which is kind of like their version of Snarl.
I like him in the red, honestly.
You know, I was just thinking in my head, you know what? I'd paint them all.
But they're actually quite cool colors. And there's
Well,
number
for $5
3.
a piece, I'd buy 2 sets and paint one.
Yeah, this is true. So it's kind of a slag.
It's the Power Ranger system. The Triceratops is blue.
Yeah. Or it's slug. We should
You mean slag?
yeah. There's number 4, which would have been Sludge. And surprisingly,
Land Before Time vibes going on with that one.
Oh wow.
yeah, number 5, which would have been not dive bomb, swoop.
I don't know, man. Those legs look
Okay,
pretty
he looks a
funky
bit
hanging there. I don't know. Take a look.
I was gonna say he looks kind of janky, but the rest of the hey,
Yeah.
hey,
So that's the. So I'll go back through them again, but that's yeah.
Damn.
The instructions for.
I'm gonna be honest. Don't look half bad. I mean, like he looks a little janky, but the rest of them don't look half bad. And then the fact that they combine too.
Yeah, like looking at the box and everything, I'm like, I was just really surprised about this. I'm like, I just gotta pick them up just for the sake of to show them off and possibly combine them and then play around with them too.
Are they? And you said they're $5 a piece.
$5.
It's gotta be $5 worth of packaging there.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Thank you, China.
Exactly how much lead paint is in those? You think?
Well, if you don't see me next week,
Or Spin's language ability is greatly limited compared to this weekend, and we know, there was lead paint.
there was a lot of lead paint.
So I didn't buy anything. But like, my mom wanted me to have Christmas this year, so she made these.
Ooh,
I don't
let me
know.
zoom into that.
Aww.
Oh, that's
So there's
cool.
a little bumblebee
that's lovely.
Christmas ornament, and then we got RC.
Nice.
We got
That's great.
Ratchet.
I need
And
He looks like a Muppet. I love it.
Yeah.
and we got a Grimlock
Ready.
head.
Oh my god.
And,
That the Grimlock is wonderful.
and then
Somebody
we
got that joke.
Mr. Optimus Prime.
Miss Optimus.
Mr. Optimus Prime.
Oh, Mister. Okay.
And he's even got the flap.
Oh, that's cool.
And then like she's just doing other things, right, for my brother and all that kind of stuff like that. But she also made the Luffy hat, the straw hat, and she
I
made.
heard the live action
nice.
is really good. I've heard.
It's amazing. I've watched it twice now, and I watched the cartoon for about 30 seconds and shut it off. And Turtles. She did Turtles.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh, nice.
my mom was just going crazy with all this
That's like
stuff.
a
So
black and white turtle.
yeah. So I decided I'm just gonna buy her some.
Yeah, it's a
patterns.
weird thing, but I like
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Anthony.
I like how the Bumblebee kind of like split the difference between his G1 and Movieverse versions, the way his head's shaped. There's like style there.
Yeah.
Cool. So actually, let's go through some of the news because I know we haven't done that in probably a couple months where we've just been busy with lots of guests.
Yeah,
which
stuff's been happening.
Stuff's been happening, which we have the toy guy who's going to be a guest in next week Sunday. So everyone tune in to that.
Yeah. Did everybody see the reactivate characters that the comment was talking about now that they're properly unveiled? Oh, but first, issue 3 of the comic. This is such a good comic.
leggy.
Everybody should read this. Yeah. Issue 1's out, issue 2's out. I can't wait for this one to come out. It's just a really well done, really fun story. Well, it's not fun. A lot of grim things happen, but it's handled with flair.
They're doing a good way with showing how the different characters interact with the Earth-based life forms that you didn't necessarily get in G1. It's just sort of like, oh, the fleshlings, in G1 in the cartoon, but it's like there's a definitely. Yeah. I mean, Optimus, he's like when he like steps on a deer, he feels like, oh my god. You would have thought Optimus Prime was a Jane when he stepped on a bug or something. Then Cliff Junker
there's
with
this
the girl.
really great scene there at the start of issue 2, yeah.
And he's like, oh my god, what are you?
But yeah, no, this is it's really great, like sort of modern early G1 stuff. them getting used to the environment around them, and it's very small scale too, which I like. It's just a small group of bots, small group of cons, the couple of humans just kind of figuring things out as they go so far.
Yeah,
So
did you catch the Duke name drop when he showed the close up of the Jets pilot's name badge being Duke?
Oh
The
yeah,
second
yeah.
issue.
And then the issue ends with like a preview page for like the Duke miniseries, so they're definitely spinning
Yep.
that off. I hope it's not like too interlinked. I always like when comics are a bit more self-contained.
Yeah, they're
I like-
saying that they're gonna
And
try
I say
to
that
keep
like I'm gonna read Duke anyway.
Oh,
yeah, they're
wow,
trying.
thanks.
Like if you read like the letter page for the second issue, someone asks like if how codependent or not the different books are, and he said that they're gonna each be their own thing, so you can understand what's going on in each book, but there might be little like winks and nods that you only get if you read all the books, but you can still get the main
That's
plots
good,
in
then.
each individual book. So I
I
guess it would be
can't
kind of
believe
like
they're making a
reading
comic
90s
after me.
X-Men, I guess.
I still can't believe they're making a comic after me. That's great.
After you.
Yeah, my last name's Duke.
Oh. Yeah, you're getting your own miniseries debuting shortly.
Oh God, it's gonna be a disaster.
Meanwhile, over in Void Rivals, there's still songs causing problems. So if you're in that book, that's what it's going to be about.
Anthony, your connection's
Oh yeah, 3 is a company that makes.
Oh,
You
yeah,
like
that's bad.
auto-tune voice.
Soundwave strikes again.
yeah, Soundwave is attacking your connection.
Yeah, I
So
still
what's
need
this,
to read
3-0?
the recent most issue of Void Rivals. I bought it at the same time as the recent most Transformers, but I hadn't read it yet.
So it doesn't transform.
No, it does not. This is the company that's been making the high-end performance
Yeah.
figures.
I'm not a
Optimus,
fan.
a Bumblebee, a Megatron. They're doing a side play.
To me, it don't
Yeah,
matter how cool
it's
they
not
look.
really super my thing either.
Yeah, to me, it don't matter how cool they look. If it's not going to transform looking that cool, I don't want it. Especially for the price.
I'm not against the idea of non-transforming. Yeah, that's the thing. The fact that these ones are so expensive and are like funky redesigns, that kind of for me.
Okay, if I'm going to get a non-transforming Transformer, it's going to be 30 feet tall.
No, you need to get one the size of that real size Gundam in Japan.
Oh, that's too big. Way too big. That's like massive. Stupid, man. I heard there's a hotel inside there. I don't know if that's true or not, but I wouldn't want to sleep in a Gundam.
Why not?
I
I
would.
don't know, man.
I would.
I'm scared to take off and I'll never come back.
Well, it
That
depends
sounds
on
like a
which
dream.
Gundam series.
And I'm just ignoring
If
the
it
fact that
was
I just
It
about to
was
say,
always
like,
Mission
every
Team, I'd be
Gundam
like,
protagonist
no.
has massive trauma, so maybe not.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, wait, Mission Team is
I don't think things
basically
ever end
Gundam
well for them.
Vietnam. Uh-oh.
I mean, I've seen enough to know it's not a happy life, but for one brief moment, I'll get to fly a giant robot.
Yep.
You'd be like I can't remember the kid,
All this time, you
Shinji's
thought
classmate
Soundwave
with the
was-
glasses in Evangelion. You'd be like him, like, I'm flying a giant robot.
How do we manage a loose spin?
I know you don't remember his
I
name,
don't know.
but
I can
I
always.
thought Soundwave was coming
Toji-
after me, but in fact, it was a
Toji
smoke
was the-
screen.
Koji was the one with the body that wore the wind suit all the time, the windbreaker all the time. I can't remember his little buddy with the glasses. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, same.
It's always funny how the character
all
that
this
wanted
time
the
you thought
most
Soundwave
wanted
was
to be
gonna
a
be-
pilot
was
was the
actually
one
going
that
up
never got to
spin.
pilot anything.
It's almost like it's a deconstruction of mecha anime.
This is true. Well, I'm talking about like, in a traditional anime series, like whatever the kid with the glasses would have been the mecha pilot, because he's the only one that's really, truly 100% enthusiastic about it. Everybody else is sort of like,
Oh no, Spin, my connection stopped working. Uh-oh.
Oh, we
Soundwave
need our
nailed him.
moderator.
We're still live. It's never going to end until it gets back on.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I'm trying to remember what was the most recent reveals were what, the reactivate, if I remember right. So I like seeing
the reactivate
alternate,
guys,
like a sine wave that's not just the usual cassette. I mean, I know you're gonna have the G1 Curse be like, oh no, but I would say even less so than like the Cybertron Soundwave, and you see Soundwave as some sort of a self bomber or some sort of airplane, even more so than the card style version of them, which Reactivate gets into, because I guess the WFC, the video games, you had the deluxe and then the bigger, like Voyager size ones that could eject the cassettes that turn into this like warthog looking car.
I feel like I threw in the towel and finally release these things, because right now we have no sense of when that video game is actually coming. They're just like, here's some figures based on it, I guess, on this video game. They come out years from now. I just wish they didn't do X. I mentioned it before. We saw one trailer for it. It's a next gen console Transformers video game. I think at one point it was supposed to be free to play. Nobody knows if that's still the thing. It's set on a post apocalyptic Earth, and you're like helping reactivate the Transformers so they can help fight
Oh
it.
yeah.
They put out
about Transformers Online.
Marissa Fairborn's in it.
Yeah, the Quints had done some crazy stuff to Earth. I don't know.
Yeah. And anyway, they just released like 4 figures from it, even though the game doesn't have release. Simply because like they've been cooking the figures for long enough. They were like, here's some toys. It's Optimus and Soundwave in 1 2-pack, and Starscream in another 2-pack. I think the Optimus looks great. The other figures are kind of a mixed bag, but Soundwave's a van, Starscream's kind of asymmetrical, Bumblebee's like a warthog kind of Jeep. It's an interesting set of characters. If the video game came out and I liked the video game, that might make me interested in them. For now, they're just interesting designs. Also, welcome back, Spin.
Welcome back.
Like, if he doesn't come back, it's going to be our first 12-hour stream.
I don't know. My internet connection did something. James Coleman says, Evangelion character Kensuke. Actually, how do you pronounce
that
it?
Says.
Ada. That's the kid with the glasses.
Yeah, Ada. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his.
I knew there'd be some weebs in the chat. There always is. I say this with love.
I don't even want to look at that.
Rise of, what is that? A vinyl? Okay,
Yeah.
do they have the actual songs on them? Because I don't really care about the music. It was okay. I care about like all the like 90s songs that were on there. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
it's just the score, eh?
Yeah.
Let's see. They say the new listings have
4-page
surfaced. Yeah, via vinyl.com. And let's see, read a double. Yeah, 4-page booklet with liner notes of the composer's original soundtrack. But yeah, they don't get into the specifics in terms of of whether or not it was music from the movie. But it seems like it's like something separate.
I don't know, man. I think
I'm a little
Jurassic
bummed
Park
out, 'cause,
beats
like,
that
well-
one.
Yeah, like when Bumblebee came out, that was all the 80s tracks that were in the movie, and I bought it, and it's great. And Yeah, Jess from Everroom yelled that album slapped. Yeah, so like with Rise of the Beast, they have a Spotify playlist, but they haven't put out an album. And I'm like, I would like them to put them on an album. I will listen to that as well. And this looks like it's just the film's instrumental music.
It is.
That's not the part
Yeah.
I'm after. I'm after all the 90s music.
Wow.
It's weird. I'm always after the instrumental.
I'll give you
the
money.
original soundtrack. That
And let's look at some more news.
For now, I just have a Spotify playlist.
Oh, the
What is
Year of
that?
the Dragon. Year of the Dragon, I think. Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
I gotta look at my small little phone
people
screen.
know more about.
Can you blow that up any bit anymore?
People identify it as yeah. People who know toys have identified it as a retool of the Light Steelbane. But yeah, it's just
I
it's a
still
dragon
can't even
robot
get
for the
over
Year of
it.
the Dragon.
Uh,
Yeah, nobody can. That's the best image. Like, it was a leak. Like, it wasn't a formal unveiling.
when are they going to do the horse?
Oh God, they could do Mock
That'll be
Hit
fun.
from Beast Wars
Whenever it's the
Neo.
Year of the Horse, I guess.
Oh God.
Yeah, dig him out. Dig him out from the 90s. By the way, so Mock Kick was a horse transformer from the 90s, and he was terrifying. Like, he had like a realistic horse head that sprung out on like a lever and shot forwards. It was messed up. I think we did a review of him one time.
And his tail becomes like a whip, like almost
Yeah.
like a Nine Tails whip, and it's just like this has some colorful connotations to it. Like, whoosh.
I'm gonna find an image so we can all stare in horror.
Oh, I know very much because I got just Archaetus, but I still got him in the box where he came in a 2-pack, but the Mock Kick was that seller sold it loose separately. So I seen what that artwork looks like. It's ugh.
What else is for the news?
Kaylee Okada says, "Wow,
So I'm gonna
an
go see
Asian
if I can
lung,
find that box."
my favorite dragon."
Nice.
I don't know enough
to
about Dragon
do
Ball
a Beast
to be
Wars
on,
Megatron retool.
Kinda.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a
and
really
that's
good-looking dragon.
figure. That would have ruled.
What we got next here?
Yeah, where's it? Right here. By the way, that is Mock Kick. I would like you to draw your attention to the lower left, so you can look at his freaky extending horse head and how terrifying that is.
That looks weird.
Yeah,
I hate
kind of
box
admire it
like
because
this,
they were
man.
just doing whatever.
See, I can't get into this stuff, man. I honestly cannot because I don't get this. Oh, we're going to use a whole arm as a head. I can't get into it. You know, find a way to give him arms.
Yeah, he was notorious for shell formers like that. This is the same line that gave us Hydra from the raccoon from last week that I showed off, so it's not all bad.
Yeah, I like Karada the snake, and I mean,
Anyways, Dragon Megatron.
and Archaetus, which is that dinosaur board that with the A name. And like I like their designs because they're not super they're not really
Archaeopteryx.
Yeah. Now the penguin's the other one that's a lot of
Beast
shell.
Wars Neo
You can
got weird. They
literally-
did a penguin. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very shell formy too. The rabbit actually isn't too bad. Stampy, like his bunny ears become like these hand-mounted knives, daggers that he can like cut people with. And he turned into a pair of scissors for his weapon mode.
It's one I got. Look at his freaky red eyes. He's fully the Monty Python rabbit that will murder people.
Yep. Yeah, the video game Dragon Crown has like a boss fight that homages that scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And I showed my nephew. My nephew played that game with me, and I showed him that movie clip, and he was rolling watching the movie clip. So now whenever he would play that fight with me, that boss fight in Dragon Crown with me, he'd be like, yeah, it's like the bunny in that movie. But you just take that movie scene and dial it up to 11, and it's crazy.
Actually, just before we get to this news item, on the Grimlock for the combiner head, I find interesting. It looks like
that is
almost like
just Bruticus.
that's Bruticus. That is fully Bruticus.
That's 100%
Yeah, no, that is
Verticus.
100%.
Wow.
Well, I mean, good-looking combiner head. So if they're just stealing stuff, they might as well steal it.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you say you got Bruticus's head? I missed it.
G1 mural at MCM Comic Con.
Oh, it's like the
Even
Dinobots
knockoff set that we were showing off.
Yeah, his combined mode, like the head is basically Bruticus's head.
That's where he disappeared to. He's playing with his toys.
Basic.
Yeah, he couldn't
So,
wait.
what do we got here? What is this?
Well,
That's a
mural
at London Comic Con.
So let's see the details behind this.
Oh, it's a mural.
Yeah. So the street art company Merwalls has teamed up with Transformers to bring up an impressive Transformers mural at the MCM London Comic Con for 2023. Which I do believe I saw another channel speaking of their Comic Con, which is either possibly happening either this weekend or is coming up like really soon, like within the next weekend or the week after. But it's a cool mural that someone did for that Comic Con.
Very.
It's the style makes me think of the current comics, just because they're also a little bit graffiti inspired in their art.
Show me the Bruticus head again.
Let's see if I can get to it. There we go.
Yeah, that's so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they definitely swiped that from something.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's not literally.
I guess it's
G1
not-
from.
Yeah,
some
I'm
other
holding
source.
the G1 head in my hand. There are some differences. Not
Let's
many
see.
though. Wow, that's
Let's see
it's
yours.
pretty close. But
So,
Yeah, it's almost.
like, I would go so far as to say it's from another Bruticus update from some point in history.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
We should be looking at that Magic Square Metroplex. That thing's gonna be sick.
Let's see if I
Oh
can
yeah, the
find
biggest small guy.
Well, it's funny because they're going under another name, but it's definitely Magic Square. They got it on their official website, right? So, like, they're
Isn't that
advertising.
how
I see.
they operate anyway? Like,
Yeah, but like,
Set 'em on
I-
Pickens,
they
yeah,
own
PlayStation
names.
stores.
yeah. So like, I was seeing the actual advertisement on Facebook, and I was like, "What? This ain't Magic Square, is it?" Because I ordered it from somewhere else, and it was another name. I forget the name, but sure as shit, I go on the site. It's Magic Square. I'm like, man, they're acting like Hasbro teaming up with people now.
It's just the same company, and they're just avoiding getting sued or shut down or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no. Where did you find reference for that Metroplex? It's
So it's Magic Square. I believe it's either .net or .com. I just type in Magic Square and I go down to like see the symbol. That's all I do. And you know, you usually see the actual symbol for Magic Square, their little logo. I'd find it for you, but I'm kind of using my
I
phone right
remember
now.
seeing it right here.
Yeah. Let's see. So, trying to see if I can find their Metroplex.
Here, Shinta. Gotta bring it
It's
closer.
not called Metroplex, that's for sure. So I just
Right.
tried Magic Square Transformers and then just look for their official site.
Oh, I'm on their site. It is weird. It's like they don't seem to mention it anywhere.
It's on
Especially
there.
a character that big.
It's on there.
Well, while you're trying to find that, yeah, can confirm Robeson did do a whopping $100 off of their. Last week they had the countdown for the big reveal, and the reveal was like I thought. It was $100 off of most of them. So yeah.
Wow.
That's it. I'm going to do a 30 days of Robeson Optimus Prime, and I want them to sponsor me and give me all their toys.
Welcome,
Deceptikitty.
Deceptikitty.
Hey guys, how's everyone?
There you are.
Hey, so Magic Square Metroplex. I was
Keeping
just
it together.
right
There.
There you go.
right on. So Magic Square Metroplex. I think that's where I just jumped in on. As far as I could see, that is something in development, but I don't think that's actually Magic Square. Let's just see. So on TFW 2005, according to the information shared, this new G1 Metroplex figure, which is planned to be in scale with Legends, made by companies like New Age or Magic Square. So it's saying it's in scale with these companies. It will stand 45 centimeters tall in robot mode, 20 articulation points. So it's called Y-C001 Legend Scale Metroplex. Now there's no word on who's actually making it here.
But I know I've seen it on that site, on Magic Square site. I know it's there.
Here. Maybe we could share it.
I'm sure it'll be
on
compatible.
stream.
So
I'm
Because
sure
I
it would
bought
be
my-
compatible. Yeah, 45 centimeters. That's perfect. Perfect scale.
What's that in freedom fractions?
Oh, let me find out for you.
I know there's a quick video on YouTube about them right now too, just like putting the lights and all that kind of stuff in them. And there's a lot of lights.
yeah, and what's the in Transformers figures?
17.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Mr. Meg.
Magnus.
Gentlemen,
We got it in the chats there.
So,
like we all compressed. Yeah.
Deceptikitty, see if you can find it on Bumbus Beat.
okay, we'll keep looking. But 45 centimeters is 17 and 3/4 inches.
Yeah, that's just the black and
boy.
white stuff. That's just the black and white stuff. We need to see those pictures of that thing, man. That thing is just unbelievable for the scale of it.
Yeah, so this is just a CG render. Like, it hasn't even been prototyped yet. It's just in demo phase.
No, dude, it's out. It's
like
out.
17
I got
inches.
mine
That's
coming.
2.5 Marvel Legends.
Yeah, I got mine coming. It's out. Mine's coming. It's been shipped already. It's been in ship for like 7 days now already. It's coming. It's out. It's on Bumbus Beat.
Are you sure you're not talking about that Metroplex that comes in parts?
No, not Blue and Resources, because I got that on pre-order. That trust me, that one hasn't dropped yet.
Hmm.
They're trying to figure out shipping because every toy company that's selling it on their sites is like it's going to be $1,000 to ship because it's so damn heavy. It's like something like 40 pounds or something like that, man.
Okay, so here's so I found a prototype, but this seems like an image from China. Legend Scale Metroplex.
Okay. Actually, let's see. W Resources
If it's third party,
M01
usually,
Steel Fortress Metroplex.
NU model CA Culture
It's all
Y
grouped in, so not a
C001
third party knower.
Defense Fortress
Okay, let's see.
Vladivostok Metroplex 45
That's-
centimeters.
That's
Yeah,
what it
that's
is.
it.
Out of Vostok. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it is on Magic Square's website. Yes,
Yes, see,
found the link.
told you.
It's a convenient scale. I have that. I have a version of H tooling, the little one in his hand. So I'm like, that directly tells me how big it is. That's a big guy. That's like the size of size of my huntsman from TFCon that I got.
Yeah, but see, even these guys,
It's
though,
only
they're,
18 inches tall.
yeah, but they're scaled to, like, again, the
Yeah.
Magic Square characters. And really, if it was New Age, it'd probably be a little bit bigger. But this
And
thing's got
it's
so many
$50
lights,
It's $50 cheaper on Bumblebee.
except for the
Interesting.
shipping. With Magic Square, there's no shipping, right? With Bumblebee, there's shipping. So Magic Square must have added the shipping into the price, right?
My scientific method of measurement, that is 2.5 Hasgtags inches. So get
Or
two
less than
more
the
of
size
them
of my
standing
Combiner
on
Wars
top of each
Devastator.
other,
But
and
look at
then
all the lights on that guy. That's just ridiculous. Like, not one Metroplex that I ever owned had that many lights on it. Maybe one if you were lucky.
Oh, I think that's actually a cool feature.
Mm-hmm. Eyes,
I'm
cannons,
just
all
impressed
kinds
they're
of
doing
stuff.
targeted things with like lights in them.
Yeah. Well, in those panels right there, like, they're just like these flat, thin pieces of paper that you stick in there. I already watched the video.
So, and which
My
which
favorite
website are
detail
they
is
from
making the
again?
city lights light up.
Magic Square.
Bumblebee,
Magic Square.
BOMBUSBEE.net.
But yeah, I got mine ordered. It's coming in, and I was saying to Spin earlier. I was talking to Bobby the Bot from Bot vs. Con, and he's getting one too. And I told him, I said, we should do a collab video where we're both opening it up at the same time and going through it.
Double reaction video.
I like the city lights myself.
Well, you should see
Yeah.
this thing in the dark, bro. Like, after the show, go watch the video. It's sick.
That
Yeah, I
that
wish
is
my
pretty
original
cool.
had that.
I wonder. So that would be big Metroplex then, right? That would, even though it's legend scale.
Well, I find it interesting that on Magic Square, it's like they almost don't promote it on the. Like, it's, in a sense, if they're selling it, it's more one of those items of, like, you know, it's a hidden item. So unless you know about it, well, then you can order it. Whereas, like, they're not really promoting it. They're promoting a whole bunch of everything else. There's almost zero mention of this Metroplex, which
I
you'd think
know.
something like that you'd showcase it on their front page. There's no mention of it anywhere, or on their character list.
That is interesting. That is true. And there might have something to do with the controversy. There was some type of controversy on, I think it was Weibo, where a few of these third-party companies just disappeared. Maybe it's because Magic Square is stepping outside of their legend scale, and that might raise some feathers from Hasbro.
Well, I've been reading a lot of comments about Magic Square, and to be honest, there's a lot of bad things said about their stuff, man. And
What do you mean?
if it's well, so
Really?
the one
I've
I
only
was
heard
reading
good
earlier,
things.
the one I was reading earlier is the guy's having the same problem I am with what's his name, Menasor, right? Where it just doesn't clip on anywhere where it's supposed to, and it's falling apart constantly. And because of the wear and tear, I guess one of those pieces dropped off the shelf, and it literally cracked the plastic of one of the characters, like a good sized chunk out, and there's pictures of it. And it's like, well, if that's the case, like, am I going to invest my money in something I know if that plastic's going to be that cheap later on and deteriorate and be brittle? Maybe I shouldn't buy them. You know what I mean? And especially when New Age is doing so well. Like, every New Age character I got has die cast in it. Every single one of them.
Okay.
Whereas,
This to me is the great game of engaging in third-party collecting. It's either going to be the best thing or the worst thing, and you have to do your research, and the buyer has to beware, and it's all very expensive.
Yeah. Very. That's the catch. It's extra
the
expensive
impression I get,
there,
at least.
third party.
Yeah.
Although I
Here's
hear
my-
their light
Here's
of
my
peace or whatever it's
non-scientific
called is pretty
demonstration
damn
of how
good.
tall that Metrix is. Yeah, I had Light of Freedom, which was their first attempt at a masterpiece Optimus. It was pretty good.
Well, I hear the new version.
2.5
Not only
marks.
Yeah, so like, I heard their new, their third version, I guess, of this one. It also lets you have the box chest of Optimus Prime of the original, and then you can shrink it down. So, I don't know. I might get it. I might get it if that's the case.
Really?
So, like, again,
I
two
liked the
Optimus
one I
Prime
had
modes for the price of one.
Masterpiece scale stuff.
What do you got?
She got it in the envelope.
You got a bill from the city.
Because
Oh, Toy Hacks! Right on!
Oh,
Yeah. Shipping in from my neck of the woods.
Yeah, I was just about to ask Mr. Magnus,
right,
what
a couple times.
what have you gotten in
my
this
toy
week?
hacks.
Actually, I got two things. I got this. Let's see which ones they are. And I've got like 15, but you never know which ones they're going to get to you. The only bad thing about them.
Yeah, they always freeze them.
This one has DK38 upgrade kit 1, 2, and 3. DK38 upgrade kit sim. G2 sideswipe 1, 2, and 3. SS86 Jazz 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah, these will be fun.
So those are all for third. Those are all for the stunt
Are they not
comments,
even?
right?
Are they not labeled at all? Okay, yeah, they are. Okay.
Well, what you got to do is,
You
you
gotta
go
go
on
to
the
the website and figure out which
website
ones
and
go to
the
which
page where you order them that shows you where they go.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
think
know
it's
who
an
these
extra
go
layer of like plausible deniability.
to. I don't know who these go to.
I
Span,
saw
can
the
you help me
stripe
out?
and
I don't know. I don't know who these go to.
I think
I
those
think
go
that's-
on Cosmos.
My sarcasm sense
Yeah,
is
it's
being
definitely
okay.
Cosmos. Definitely Cosmos. Those racing stripes.
These are definitely the G2 sideswipe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
yeah, this guy right here.
more recent one, not the older black one, you mean?
Are those not
No,
for
no.
Dirge? Are
Very
is my sticker
sideswipe.
for Dirge?
And then I have this box of guys here that I got off of a guy on Transformers Liberated. So here is the Earthrise sideswipe.
Ooh, the elusive, not Lambo sideswipe.
No, it's the one that comes with the bird.
Pure mini masterpiece. Yeah.
And then he
Beast
had
War,
like,
Sky War.
yeah, he had 15 of these.
Yeah.
And I got 2 of them so that I could make a zombie scene.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm all painting them different colors.
Nobody wants them dead iron hides, eh?
Well, this, like I said, this guy had 15 of these, and he had 10 of these. He was doing something with the other pieces that came with them, and he was like, "Anybody want to give me $12 a piece for them?" And I was like, "I would take 2 iron hides and one of the side swipes, so I don't have to open mine." And so, but yeah, I think that's.
I'd
all
get
the
a dead iron hide for $12.
So a friend of mine just had a kid, and he's a Transformers nut like us, and so I got their kids.
Oh, that's cool.
Aw, that's a good use of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something he can slobber on, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Man, it is hotter than a bitch wolf up here. I gotta get my fan going. We hadn't actually turned the heat on. We've been getting down under freezing at night, and the temperature's finally starting to affect the house. So This is all upstairs, so all the heat rises and it's
And then you
hot
overcompensate.
up here.
Yeah, there's no windows in that room, right?
You're just gonna
No, there's just ventilation fan.
Yeah,
live
that's
stream
probably
the
why. Because I know, like, the upstairs, the top floor of my house, it has there's windows in like every room. Like even in my room, it's down the hall. It's like 3 windows. So
Now,
2
the
on one
upstairs
wall,
here,
plus the
the
attic and the
upstairs here has a
closet.
set of French doors on each end, and that's it. And of course, the French doors that are in this room have a desk and a shelf in front of it, so that they can't be opened. There are no windows here because the walls are slanted, and so there's just the circulation vent by the stairwell that pulls air back down and lets it circulate. But when you got heat going, all the heat from downstairs comes up here.
Yeah, I've been sleeping at like the end of my house instead of in my room. I've been sleeping at the other end, right at the top of the stairs, because that seems to be the warmest spot upstairs. Since it's been like colder nights.
I'm one of those people that has the ceiling fan going year round, and like the thermostat in my house is set at 68 in the wintertime and in the summertime. That's my temperature. I may have to turn the mini split on up here and keep the upstairs cold.
What you need is a tornado.
The ultimate like temperature regulating.
Well, I have a separate air conditioning system for the upstairs. Oh,
and we do at my house too.
Okay, this took a little bit of effort. So I learned how to use OBS here so I could share my microscope with you. So in the middle of that coin is a 10-cent coin, and this is that gun I think I showed off 2 weeks ago on stream.
Holy crap.
I know, right? So this is so small. I 3D print this in 2 parts. So this is the legs here, and on the bottom side of this has the thighs. I have to use some tweezers, otherwise my fingers would be so big. So, oh sorry, that's the chest piece in there. So tiny. And this one is the legs, and then the thighs there at the bottom. So the only thing it's really missing is the head. And basically it just transforms into a pistol here. This guy, I'm gonna find my, and so it comes with an extra piece that I don't have on camera here, but it plugs into the bottom, which is just a 5mm peg that fits into somebody's hand. And it also stays in bot mode on the back of his leg here. Let me flip it over. So it would just stay in the back of his leg, and that kind of helps with support. But I don't have one on stream. Actually, here I have one, but I don't have the peg inside. So just to show.
So is this a Target Master that you designed, or?
Yeah, Target Master. No, I didn't actually design. I think I stole this design from Jizai Toys. Jizai Toys did do a very, very small Target Master. I think I took his design and I shrunkified it just a little bit.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you. So it just needs a head. There's ball joints all over the place. Yeah. So tiny, so tiny.
I'll let you ruin your own eyesight building stuff like that.
Right?
Just like, are you doing this with one of those like little tiny like jewelers use?
No, I have a microscope. So this is my microscope here. It's got an HD camera in here, so I don't have to worry about my eyes anymore. I could let my eyes go to the wind now.
Fancy.
Very cool, very cool.
So I took science in school, so I'm very familiar with microscopes. And when I started working on electronics and modeling, I had to get this microscope so I can get right in there at the detail.
Modeling. I used to model when I was a teenager. Oh, wrong kind of shit. No.
The George Costanza thing comes to mind.
No, I did. I modeled men's Western wear for a while.
Okay, not Art of Seduction type of stuff, eh?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, if you was into cowboys, I guess.
Did they have you in assless chaps or what?
No. These were for actual like JCPenney's catalogs and shit like that.
Get out. That's sick. That's sick. You got a Calvin Klein boy here. Calvin Klein boy.
God.
Give us an estimate of how
Feel
many
like the
different
first time
10-gallon
cowboy.
hats you wore.
I think I only had 3. And a
You
black
know,
one, a white one, and a brown one.
You know what's funny about those hats is this, that most of them come in these fancy boxes, right? And most of them are like legit wood boxes, something sturdy and, you know, whatever. And like us living in Canada, trying to find one of them damn boxes, we'd have to go all the way to Calgary and they'd probably be still made out of cardboard. Meanwhile, in the States, you got all these fancy ass boxes, man.
Which boxes?
In dark again.
10-gallon hat boxes.
10-gallon hat box.
The cowboy hat boxes. They got
Okay.
fancy boxes. Like some even open up where you open it up and it has mirrors and everything, and then the sides come out and it's got mirrors and everything, so you can display your hat and all that shit.
For
like
what
that.
I pay for my cowboy hat, the box better be pristine.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. I guess
But like
so.
I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like searching on Kijiji and Marketplace for one of these damn boxes, right? Because like I'm sitting there thinking, I could fit my helmets in that, no problem. That'd be great storage for my helmets. I can put the costume right in there, and the whole helmet, everything, and like, nope, no luck. And then as soon as I search eBay.com, what do I see? All them damn freaking hat boxes, and it's like, nope, I'm not paying that price. That's more than the hat. I know that's more than the hat.
Yeah, Peter Cullen and
Probably not. Yeah, I'm serious. If it's a true leather Western hat with an actual band, you're talking $300 to $800.
Oh, wow, okay, that makes sense.
That's why they put them in those kind of boxes. I have a steampunk, just a gentleman's hat. It's like a small top hat.
Yeah,
and it's all brown leather with an actual leather, or not leather, but a snakeskin band on it. I mean, that hat alone was $375.
Damn.
And that's half the size of an actual cowboy hat. I'm sure Toy Work knows what I'm talking about there.
Yep.
And I feel like an asshole when I spend $100 on a Kangol.
Yeah, a true cowboy hat is expensive. Now you can get cheap shit, but I mean you get cheap shit.
You get knockoffs, but the knockoffs ain't coming in the fancy boxes you're looking for.
Right.
Well, that's why they sell fancy boxes, so that you can go, oh, look at that, I got it. No, you didn't, you dumb shit.
So Deceptikitty started bringing it up, and I think I know what he was going to say. Peter Cullen and Michael Bell now are slated for Transformer Con in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great news. That's great news. I was going to say Peter Cullen and Rat Trap Dinobot are cowboy hat wearers.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, Scott McNeil.
Scott McNeil. There we go.
It's weird because he's like Canadian.
Man, I need to get my
technically
passport.
Canadian. He was born in Australia, but he's in Vancouver right now.
I need to get my passport.
Oh, okay. If you're born in Australia, that makes the hat make a bit of sense.
Yeah, well, he is very Canadianized now. He even says, like, if you ask him, he's Canadian. No mention of Australia.
Yeah.
You just said, I need to get my passport. My daughter's girlfriend lives in Europe somewhere. I can't remember the name of it. Somewhere around Transylvania. But she's talking about coming in for a visit. And she's looking at getting a 3-month visa. And she's like, of course, at the end of 3 months, I'm not going to want to go back. And I said, don't go back. And she's like, well, I have to go back. And I said, just stick around. They'll send you back on their dime. Just get you a one-way ticket.
It's true, though. It is true, though.
You're not wrong.
But you do get in trouble when you go back, especially if it's a place like Romania or Hungary.
Well,
He's going to get in trouble.
I mean, it was all a joke, but she was like, no.
Yeah, but they frown upon that with their citizens over there, man. When they do that kind of stuff, they really do. Like, honestly, it's like they feel like you betrayed their country. They don't like it. They don't like it.
Yeah.
You don't want to
pretty
piss off the
proud, but
Hungarians.
No, they're really
Slovenia.
proud people, man.
Slovenia is where she's from. Slovenia.
Cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, my mom's half Hungarian, so I know all about that. And whenever we have Romanian neighbors, they would be talking about stuff from Eastern or Near East Europe, and I'll just be sitting there like, I have no idea what they're talking about. But yeah, they do a
You
lot
remember
of
that
work
rock that you
programs
seen over
here.
there when you were 12? It's still there.
Hungary is a really great country for art and animation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Hungarian artists that don't get like the country's recognition for the work they do, but particularly there's one really funny Hungarian animation from early 90s, I think maybe late 80s, called Cat City, Macska Fogo, and that's really cool. So yeah, if you're into Hungarian stuff, that's definitely a recommendation.
Charles C's asking who's going to TFCon LA.
Well,
Want
I'll
to.
go if you're getting me a passport and paying for my ticket.
Get on that
Yeah,
passport
same.
now.
Well, I
I'm
got a
telling you,
passport.
Always trying to get something for free.
I'm telling you,
It's for me.
it takes like 6
I'll
months.
start a GoFundMe.
It takes like a good 6 months before you can get your passport. However,
Oh,
I
I
live
know.
right near the registration center, so I can get that fast track. We could actually get you that passport and get you off to CFCon by March for sure. It's possible.
Man,
I'll be depending on the G1 voice actors. I'm actually considering about going, and I'm scared to death to go to LA. So
Go.
they got to make it worth my while to get all the G1 voice actors together.
Yeah, I think it's worth
You
it.
live a
They just confirmed
you're already playing it on hard mode.
Yeah.
just
All I
want
know
to
is
go ahead myself.
I hope they bring.
I'll start a GoFundMe.
I hope they bring some of these voice actors to Toronto. Like that, you can't leave out Toronto like that, man. When was the
I
last
think-
time Peter Collins was even in Toronto at a TFCon? Like I can't even remember. It was a long time
They
ago.
did it one year.
Yeah,
I remember. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that
It was
long
a
ago.
few years ago.
It's at least 5 years.
It was pre-pandemic. That's about all I remember.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like,
I think
believe that.
the idea though is that they're having the convention in LA, and the guests don't have to travel. They don't have to worry about getting them
yeah,
in.
that's
Like,
true.
The organizers pay for the guest travel, pay for their accommodations. So if they're living in LA, right, it's
Yeah.
a lot easier for them to get them all to show up at one time. It's actually, it makes a lot of sense for this to happen in LA this year, 40th anniversary.
Mhm.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what other G1 voice
I'm just
actors
impressed
can
they're
come up
actually
with
making it
between now
happen.
and then.
Well, which ones have been confirmed so far?
Peter Cullen and Michael Bell. And considering I just got Mint and Box Prowl, that'd be perfect to get signed by him. So
Yeah.
there's one thing to
Yeah,
get
no
signed.
kidding.
I met Michael Bell at my first Transformers convention, BotCon 2000, and I got my Action Master Prowl signed by him.
Far out.
Cool.
Still got it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
still
that's
got it.
Far out.
yeah. Doesn't Action Pow? He comes with like a motorcycle, if I remember right.
That's the one. Yeah. It's big set there. Really cool. I like that one.
Cool. So,
So
any
I'm really
other?
excited. Spin, I'm
All
really
right.
excited about this giveaway.
Yes.
Like I said, it slipped my mind. We're going to discuss it afterwards, or we're doing now. Because I got the stuff out to show everybody.
Well, yeah. Actually, since you do have
it would've
the
been
stuff
funny.
out, you could we could go through and mention, because I know you did send some of the images. But if you have them there, we could mention what items we will be giving away.
All right. Well, I want to start off with this awesome Starscream wallet. This was a Hot Topic deal probably about 10 years ago. And I bought it to replace the one I had, but never got around to using it. It's just been sitting in a drawer, so
I was gonna say, like, I've never had a wallet survive that long, but I guess it's mint, so.
yeah, I just never used it. That's all. These were from Hot Topic. I think they're like a mystery box. You can get one of the Transformers that are on the side here. I think that's how it worked.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody gave it to me, but oh my god, it was
yeah,
$10,
loyal
and
subjects.
you don't even know what's in the box.
I got one of those. They're cute.
It's never been opened.
So it's still a mystery.
Yeah. There's a Kingdom Tracks.
Great figure. I have one.
Got a Kingdom Soundwave here.
Oh, that everybody should have one of those. That is a, even if you don't collect legends or whatever, that is a good. That is a perfect mini Soundwave. I've ranted about him before. Just yeah, he changes exactly the same as the G1 guy basically too.
Oh wow. Titanium Series Optimus Prime, never been opened.
Nice little statue.
And then some random small stuff. One of the little mini foamer hot rod. I think this is a Megatron from like one of those like board games.
Hero.
It is. Yeah. Other pieces attached to it, right?
I have no idea.
At the bottom?
That's all I had.
Look at the bottom. You see if there's slots for it to attach. Is there places for it to attach? If it's not from that board.
Recover if white. Stand up if you have a Decepticon in play. And he rolls or something? I don't know. He's got a little wheel on the bottom.
I'm sure it's a tactic.
Oh, it's like a hero clicks on it.
Because I've already got 3 of them, I'm giving away a G1 nose cone.
Ooh.
Nice.
What is this giveaway for?
Us.
Yeah,
And
we're
then some little Megatron.
What is this, like a Christmas giveaway? We're gonna give the week before Christmas or whatever.
And
do a
Spin's like,
giveaway?
Jesus Christ, we weren't supposed to talk about this yet.
well,
No, we're not.
yeah, slowly formulating it so it's kind of a get more subscribers, liking our channel. It could be also a Christmas giveaway, so it's items that we have that we want to share with our viewers and our subscribers. It may possibly even be a game show in the upcoming weeks, of a Transformer of trivia, and
that's cool.
Whoever wins gets one of the items that Toywort mentioned. Deceptikitty also has some items that he's going to donate to our giveaway.
Hey, what?
Oh, here we go.
Figure it out. Figure it out. Where did he go?
I already have everybody for the giveaway that I'm doing. If they subscribe to your channel as well, they have a chance to win for my giveaways too. So you hear that, folks? Subscribe and you get more giveaway chances. Ooh, what you got?
Oh, it's a
Red.
Minton Box Hot Rod. Is that the
It is an
reissue?
instant box. Yeah, so this is the 2018 Walmart reissue. Mint, no flap crease. It's even got the tech specs on the back. Actually, it's red.
Nice.
Maybe I can get the tech specs because it's in red light. Oh, yeah, I can. Wow, hacking the system. Okay, cool. So there we go. G1 reissue, Hot Rod. That's up for giveaway. And then number 2 giveaway here. This is an
The
oversized.
only reason I'm not
Oversized
What is
sea
that?
spray. So this is Hunt for the Decepticons. I forget what this came out, 2008, I think. Maybe somewhere around then.
I think between the second
2010,
and
I
third
think.
movie, I believe.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hunt for Decepticons. And yeah, so this is like the biggest mini bot there is.
Damn.
And, yeah.
It's a good size figure. I see the comic shop that I helped ID a bunch of Transformers 2 Christmases ago. They had one of that figure. Maybe the size of a Voyager or a Voyager or a Leader. Maybe I would say between a Voyager and a Leader.
Exactly. That's what I would say. Yeah, it's a hefty guy. Hefty freaking sea spray.
And it's older school, like 2000s heavier plastic too. So
It is.
not
It is
waffle.
actually very heavy. Yeah, you know what? Maybe you're right. They did seem to have a heavier plastic.
Cool. And Mr. Magnus, the
only reason I wasn't drooling at
the
the hot rod
lights-
is because I got one.
You know, the wheels were spinning as we were mentioning giveaways. So I think Mr.
Well,
Magnus
yeah,
has
let's
something.
dig through some boxes here. See what we got.
Also,
I
if
mean,
there's anybody,
We can't just give away everything at once. That'd be
Well,
crazy.
No, that's
So,
what
like,
I'm saying.
give it away.
But
no,
for some
actually,
of the
that's a
things that
pretty
I'm
good
going,
idea. Actually,
for some of the things I'm going to show up, though,
want to
we
give it
need
away
to
all at once?
we
Like
need
do
to
a
make it
contest
special.
or something?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Frankenstein, let Magnus go on for a minute.
Yep.
I said we need to make something special. So let's go with this. He's a little yellow, but
Oh,
he's missing a few armor pieces. But I can let this one go as a prize. He's very tight,
holy crap!
wow.
and
I'm quitting
know,
the show
one
so
that
I
I
can
just-
take part in the contest
the one that I
portion.
just got done rebuilding.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, Mega.
I don't have a problem with us using this as a promotional thing. So
Oh my!
look at this
Okay,
goofy
you
kitty. He's frozen. He's frozen in place. Watch, Professor.
He's like,
D's
can
gonna
we
go in
win?
here in a
Can
minute.
we win?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I'm subscribing double time.
Evan Former has said, I need that wallet. Charlie C is slowly joining in, but as I must say quietly on the microphone that the contest is not open to friends and family and staff members of the Children of Primus.
Okay, Evan Formers, I don't
All
know
right, I
you.
quit.
That's it, I retire.
I'm gonna find somebody that you can't legally prove they're connected to the act as a proxy.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and I will be going through everyone's social medias to make sure you guys are not friends of anyone that's
I guess I'm off social
I'll take it
media.
one step. I'll take it one step closer.
Man, Bill had to go
I'll
up
see
the
if I
ante.
can.
Jesus.
I'll see if I can complete both of these before we do that.
Oh wow.
So,
Yeah, I'll see if I can find some parcels. Oh no, I've got connections. I've got a room full of trade stock. What are you talking about? Find your wallet. I have a box of. Oh, you can give the box of parts.
so yeah,
Look, I got this whole box of crap that was given to me.
Nice.
It's
Wow.
90% Michael Bay.
That's
why
a
I bought
2007 Voidtron.
Holy
Yeah.
crap!
you're all
Okay,
gonna have
maybe
to
we
take
can't give it all away at
inventory
once.
and pictures of these
Yeah,
things. So
a buddy of mine's
they can
got a
put them on
stop
the
shop, and
community.
these are the things that he couldn't identify, and he doesn't know if they're all complete or not. This is the other box I was talking about to Anthony. That, you know, if nothing else, I'll send it to him. Maybe he can go through it and figure out what's in it, because I have no idea.
I mean, I recognize the Vectron on top. That's about all I can see.
This is the only one that I know what it is.
Yeah, if you ever lay that box out, like the contents, and take like a good picture with a good camera, I could probably tell you, because I'm not kidding. Like, they had maybe, those long totes about like an arm's wide. They had like maybe
It
2
looks
or 3
great.
totes of that, like arm wide totes, if not longer, that I helped them identify everything in. The only thing that I couldn't identify weren't even Transformers.
Ratchet.
Like this one here is missing a piece off of it. But
You all get the message in the chat there?
I got the message.
Okay.
Charlie C, how's it going?
Okay, good talk.
He's-
All right, moving on.
he's muted and evidently.
Charlie, your mic is muted.
Pretty good. I'm having some speaker. Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
now we can, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, since you guys are
Hearing
doing
issues.
all that giveaway stuff, does anybody got that tiny little screwdriver for this guy's head? Because I can't find one
I
anywhere.
can't hear you through the computer.
I mean, I have a bunch of tiny screwdrivers, but I need them for my house.
Like, seriously, it's so small. Like, I can't even believe it.
I've got a dozen of them.
That's what my microscope is here.
Normally, you can either in a little eyeglass repair kit, or you'll find like a little box that's about the size of playing cards, and they'll have like
$3
5 or
stores.
6 little
Yeah, $3 stores I went to,
small
and not one glass
screwdrivers.
eye repair kit.
Trying to think, you
Where
guys
could you
got
go?
Walmarts, right? But Walmarts, but not Targets in Canada, right?
Yeah, Walmart's.
And normally, assuming they have the eye sensors up there, they should probably have the eye class kits. I think that's
for
where I got mine.
$20 when you can buy them at the dollar store for a couple bucks.
Watch where you
you
point
got
that thing.
He's not in bad shape.
Bill has been flagged by the CIA
That shine.
and
That
FBI.
that chrome
Torn
looks
up
so nice.
It does.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's got some marks on it. It looks like I need to do a little cleaning on it around here. Like I said, I never expected to finish it, and then all of a sudden that guy was like, "Oh man, I'm just giving these parts away." So, what parts do you need? I'm like, I just need the shoulder. That's all I need.
Wow.
And
One thing-
so there he is.
One thing I'm noticing there on the grip, there's that large Decepticon logo, and on every Megatron I've seen, that Decepticon logo has lost a lot of its paint. Not the Rubstein one particularly, but the other side.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a lot of the times the purple is gone because it's in the kid's hand.
It is.
Playing with it,
The
pointing it at it.
the purple's gone,
Yeah, I think
and
mine's
it's completely gone off the other side.
Yeah, yeah. That was well loved.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and if you wanted to fix it, you could probably toy hacks it, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what? A lot of my stickers has the wear, and I don't want to replace it because that wear brings back out quite a bit of memories. To be honest,
It's true.
Like, even applying the stickers sometimes for me for the ones that were from my childhood.
Like mine are all worn out. I'm leaving them as is because that's just how they've been for my life.
Well,
on this one, other than the yellowing,
I would
his
leave them as
stickers-
is too.
His stickers are phenomenal. Other than the yellowing of the bot itself.
Yeah, I would expect something like that to be yellow. That's part of the charm.
All right, I'm quitting, and I'm putting all my winnings into that.
Jetfire's just going Super Saiyan with that yellow.
And there is
Yeah,
a
stop stealing
Mysterious
that thing.
shadow contestant. Just leave
Well,
me.
there's a way that you can get the yellow off of it, and I forget what it is. I tried it. And
Okay, so
so
there's a couple different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but you're going to be
hydrogen
replacing
peroxide,
stickers.
baking soda.
Yeah.
so you take
cleaner.
a bot that looks like this,
This is true.
and he looks like this when you're done with him.
Yeah, but you're going to be replacing all the stickers.
Yeah, that's
a friend of
correct.
mine, Transformers, put a lot of time and effort doing trial and errors. So what we found is obviously hydrogen peroxide, but the
Yes.
higher percentage stuff, not the stuff that you got at the drug mart. But there's also a gel hydrogen peroxide that I found, and you could kind of brush it on with a little bit of thick layer, put some saran wrap around it, and then put it in a box with UV lights instead of just outside in the sun. You could just put it outside in the sun, but these UV lights make it
Yeah,
go by a lot
especially this
faster.
time of year.
Yeah, that's true. This time you're not getting much sun, and that will.
No.
So, from what my understanding is, bromine might have something to do with it. There's bromine maybe in the plastic. This occurs a lot with older computers, like those old Atari computers, because there's some fire resist inside of the plastic material, and it oxidizes, and over time it goes yellow. And funny, I was spending a little bit of time this morning trying to figure out a little bit of the science behind it, because nobody really gave a rat's ass about this yellowing until people started getting into like retro Transformers and retro computer stuff, right? So we actually kind of pioneered the methods to de-yellow these things.
Yeah, it also happened with the original model of the Super NES in North America.
Yeah. To be honest, I
remember that.
think, as far as I know, I think it was the Transformers community that started developing this hydrogen peroxide method.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it's not the stuff you buy off the shelf that's only 18%. It's like the 34 or something like that. I forget which one it is, but if you go any higher, it just ruins the whole damn toy. Like the paint will start bleeding, everything like that, right?
It's pretty inert. I think the drugstore stuff is 0.3%. I think what you might be looking for is 3, maximum 10%. I think if you go any higher than 10%, that could burn your skin a little bit. So I think 10%, that's to sanitize like pedicure chairs and stuff like that. You can get that at a supply store.
Or funny, they got
will whiten your figure. Con might burn your skin off.
But what's funny is that these characters do yellow, right? And meanwhile, they got this fire retardant stuff inside of it, but they got lead paint. Like, what the hell?
Regulation and standards.
1980.
We do not want you to melt your toys, but it's okay for you to lick them and get lead poisoning.
You know, they put the bromine in the plastic just because they know you'd be blowing everything up with firecrackers.
But I didn't blow up the Transformers. I only blew up everything but Transformers.
And we're talking about the the time frame of toys with all these chemicals with lead paint, but then we were going to school with asbestos ceilings.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Hell, the building I live in, literally still has asbestos floors.
How is that illegally allowed?
I don't know. But it does.
School buses in Canada still not have? I know in the U.S. they don't have safety belts on the school buses.
No,
they do. The modern ones do, but it's just something that's coming online in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I know. Like they had like a major accident here in Dayton, Ohio, and the governor of Ohio has been making a big deal about updating all the school buses up here because it was like a bunch of. It was like within a year, a bunch of kids. Like a bus got turned on its side, if not flipped altogether, and kids died. Not just got injured, but died.
Screw those kids.
That's tragic.
For me.
For the purposes of the people watching, this is satire.
So actually, tomorrow, me and Evan Formers that's been on here watching us tonight, we are going to a pawn store where they are literally going to reveal 200 masterpiece characters into the store. So that should be
200.
exciting. Yeah, 200 masterpiece characters were given to this pawn store a month ago.
Next to nothing. Wow.
Yeah. So like basically what's going to happen
How many
is
doubles are there? Has not been 200 masterpiece releases.
Yeah, but you're forgetting third party, right? There's a million third party masterpiece characters.
We always run into trouble with Freakenstein's definition and classification of things. Everything is a masterpiece.
Whatever. It don't matter. The point is that there's going to be 200 of these things in a pawn store tomorrow, and we're going to go check it out and see what we can score and grab. And I was thinking about like, grabbing at least something that I already have, so that I can do a giveaway video for Christmas to give to some kid that is less fortunate that didn't get so much for Christmas, but dress up as Optimus Prime. Maybe even go to the hospital if they'll let me to give some stuff away.
I saw that.
27 kids are going to get earbuds from Toys for Tots this year.
Nice.
Remember our little the discount store that I used to go to, where I found shit every once in a while? Well, now it got replaced with this place called Dots, and they have just Amazon return boxes. You're not allowed to open them now, so it's complete mystery. But they're $5-10 boxes. And so picked one up. It's kind of heavy. All right, we'll buy that one. Pick this one up, kind of heavy. All right, we'll take that one. And I get out and I open it up, and it's a box. It's 24 inches tall, 30 inches long. Open it up, full of brand new earbuds.
Wow.
So I'm just going to take that box and dump it into I'm going to give everybody that I know. I said there was 212 pairs in it. There's like 170 left, so they're all going to Toys for Tots.
Nice.
Right on.
So actually, you shared this video with me
Yes.
in the background.
This is exactly what I did with that, and then Toy Hacks put the new labels on it.
Oh, Dreamcast controller.
Wow.
Man. Now that brings back some memories.
That was what,
That was a hell of a
2000,
console.
2001?
That looks so bad.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my
That's the
Game
first
Boy looks
controller
like
that I
that.
thought, when I first seen that controller, the first thing I thought was, man, they did Star Trek. Literally, the communicator, the ship, it all looked like Star Trek. Or the controller looked like a ship. Something from Star Trek.
You can pass that off as a deliberate reading.
Yeah, this is the exact thing that I did.
Oh gosh.
I still have that set up out in my barn somewhere. But this is the easiest way to re-whiten something.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
This is the easiest way to re-whiten something.
Oh, 12%. Okay. Remember that number, 12%. So the problem with hydrogen peroxide is that when you leave it in an open container, it goes bad quickly because that oxygen goes off, right? So if you could minimize the amount by having like a shallower container, or maybe sealing the container, or if you, like I mentioned, if you can get that hydrogen peroxide gel and simply wrap it in saran wrap, you could get a lot more mileage out of your stuff there. I used to own a beauty salon, and we used to buy, I think it was, from what I remember, it was 30% hydrogen peroxide, and it was pretty expensive. I think it was $50 for a gallon or so.
You can get a tube of the paste, though, right?
Yeah.
A tube of the paste?
Yeah, because I had a jet fire, and I got the like hydrogen peroxide paste, and I put it on and set it outside, and it seemed to help whiten a bit.
Oh, so you did this experiment then? Okay, so was it noticeable at least?
Is that the one where you coat it and you leave it out in the sun?
Yeah.
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 I tried that. I tried that one too. It didn't do as good as this one.
Huh. Because I know
In my opinion.
certain plastics I had a problem with.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Shiba
Yeah.
Kobe for YouTube, how's it going? Wee.
Hey. Yeah, you never know, because the composition of the plastics they use could change from toy to toy, or even month to month with the same toy, right? You never know. It's just the companies, Takara and whoever, they just go with whatever's cheapest, what's available, and I guess whatever's suitable. They never really do any testing. Like, for example, I'm sure you've seen, if you leave something in a package for years and years, even the packaging itself starts to yellow. And
Brown.
yeah, it'll brown.
Yep.
So what we've learned is that these plastics, they'll continue to degas even after production. They're on the shelf. They're sitting on the shelf. They'll degas. The bubble will also degas. So you never know what's going to happen with any given plastic.
Well, it also depends on where you're storing
The rumors
these
are
plastics. Whether it's in an attic or in a basement.
Yep.
Anthony, you were about to say?
yeah, like the rumors were true. A bunch of stuff from like 2020, 2019. I mean, anything like during or post pandemic has been hit by pretty bad yellowing. I've had a few cases of that, like my Kingdom Tigatron here. A bunch of them went yellow.
Cyclonus.
Kingdom Cyclonus. Yeah.
The
it wasn't
Netflix
too obvious
sine
on him
wave.
because it's actually just gray plastic that starts to get yellow.
The
Hmm.
Netflix
Bucky,
sound
mine
wave and
hasn't,
Megatrons
but,
as
I've had
well.
other people have that happen to them.
Hmm.
Yeah. The official word from the designers on that, which, it was corporate speak, how real it is, but like they were like, because of pandemic conditions, they didn't have time to run the kinds of tests that they would usually have, or they didn't have the ability to do so. A bunch of figures from around like Kingdom and later Earthrise stuff were really hit by yellowing really bad in like a year or two.
Hmm. You know what? From what I remember, there was a shortage of polyurethane. This was really important for the movie special effects industry. they do a lot of mixing and they need a lot of these chemicals very quick for production. Every morning they need this stuff. So there was a time early COVID, I don't know if it's still going on, that there was a real big shortage of this polyurethane. And maybe some of these chemicals were also ingredients to make some of these stock pellets. So I think that might have played a role in that, the global availability of some of these polyurethanes.
It's one of those things where they claim the problem is fixed now. Who knows if that's true, but like that was very much a thing released from that time period. And I speak from personal experience.
No,
well, the price.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And some of them.
I was just going to say the.
I was just going to say. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know.
Price of urethane has gone up.
So make it
Well,
up, I guess.
Too.
I should zoom into Charlie there for a second.
This thing's kind of yellowed, but I've had it since like 84, 85.
That looks pretty white to me.
It doesn't look yellowed from here.
No.
Well, I guess a question that I would pose to anyone, anyone watching this who's interested in taking out the yellowing of their characters or toys or even computer parts. Do you recommend taking the whole thing apart, or do you say the Transformer? Like, do you just put the Transformer in the container?
No, you would have to take it apart because if the UV light doesn't shine on that area, it's not going to de-yellow, right? So that the UV actually activates the hydrogen peroxide. Another thing I wanted to mention also is like these, in the video, the guy's using these LED UV lights. Those are fine. However, he did mention that he has to direct them at a 90-degree angle because it's not really ambi-direction, right? If I had a choice, I would use like a nail curing thing, like a gel nail type of thing. I have one for my 3D prints, and instead of LED lights, it's fluorescent too, one of those fluorescent type of bulbs, and that's much stronger. You'd probably get a better result using UV fluorescent.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
just
another
used the
thing
sun.
that's another thing that I hate is the clear
Okay, yeah.
plastic. It turns color every time.
Yeah, I was wondering. I found my G1 swoop here. I'm not sure, but like the clear plastic on his beak, was that always yellowish or was it white at some point? Because mine is yellow.
It was yellowish.
It was yellowish, like the rest of the dino.
It was kind of like smoked. It was like a smoked glass.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I feel it's like the first time I look at this figure every time I pick him up.
There's no yellowing on mine's. You saying on the beak?
Like the beak is clear, right? It's like
Yeah.
a yellow clear.
No.
No, it's a white. It's a clear.
Yeah.
Mine's a yellow. Well, okay. Mine is. It seems like it's got smoke damage then, but.
I gotta wait for him to rotate around
Actually.
on this display here.
I'm sorry, and my red light is there, but yeah. Sorry, I've got the mood lights on in here.
As before.
Plus, you're coming at us.
Well, RJ Eagle says, "Hey guys, what's up, gang? Sorry I had to join late tonight. No worries."
No, I guess he is clear.
Hey.
I thought he was smoked. But no.
Okay.
Actually, zoom into Magnus is there, and
Oh, yeah.
looks like we're talking about plastic yellowing. Interesting. I've had my horror stories. That part sucks about collecting and displaying figures.
Now, on the back of that swoop, there's a little thing that opens up, right, for a little tiny metal figure. Well, they're supposed to be.
In the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Talking
they're
about
still
like
part of the Diaclone series.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like am I mistaken, or did all the Dinobots have that little piece that opened up?
I know
Grimlock
what you
has
mean.
it.
Yeah, Grimlock definitely has it. Swoop doesn't seem to have
well,
any compartments, but he does have a landing gear.
Well, they all originally came with pilots.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Slag has it.
Yeah.
I can get them all out if you want to. They're all sitting over there. Is that up? No, there's nothing on Swoop's back that opens.
No. However,
So,
those figures did have Magnus in the feed, and there is a bit of die cast on him, so it's possible that he kind of the figure's just magnets on Swoop.
So RJ Ego has a
He's got
question.
all kinds of metal on his back, so that could be possible.
Cool.
Also,
RJ Eagle
I have not
has
transformed.
a question for anyone who has done the process. Will this de-yellowing process weaken the plastic in any way?
I think
I am not a plastic engineer, so I cannot answer that question.
I think
anything. Go ahead.
I have not noticed it on the ones that I did it to.
Now,
I think
from what my understanding of this is that anytime you use the UV lights on any plastic, it does get harder.
I would imagine so, because I think we're taking away molecules from the plastic. I think that might compromise the structure, but because we're only doing it to the surface layer, I don't think that's any sort of issue. The browning only happens on the outside, so if you sand it down a little bit, you'll see that underneath it's a nice fresh color. So. Yeah. Overall, like the structure of the figure, I don't think it compromises the structure at all, but it does denature the outer layer slightly. Nothing noticeable.
It's been at least 20 years since I transformed it.
Nice.
I can't get to mine.
Yeah,
wasn't it
these
blue
were.
before?
No, that was Canadian.
Yeah, that was the G2.
RJ Eagle asked it, does anyone have a Jetfire figure displayed by a window?
Oh my god, that's such a bad idea.
But
No.
you know, it's funny he says that and it is a bad idea. A lot of us actually did that when we were kids, when we had maybe 8 to 10 Transformers at most. And if we lived in an apartment building, we had them on our on our window, like right by the window.
I don't even have to be by a window. Like this room is actually closed off to any sun, and my Cosmos box, this one side is completely yellowed. It's in the corner of a room. The sun never comes in this room, and still I have a yellowed box. It's only been here for a few months.
Wow.
And
I
I
had
was
that
just
one-
about to say, mostly all my displayed Transformers I keep in the dark. And again, that new Bumblebee, Buzzworthy Bumblebee, the Cybertronian one there, it yellowed in the dark really fast, really quickly. I've never had a character yellow so fast in my
All my
life.
guys that yellowed, I take care of too.
So
Yeah,
Smoke
because of
damage
that,
will do that.
I don't
Yeah.
put them by windows and stuff.
because of that worrying, I actually keep my cases covered about 4 months out of the year. I'm about to next couple of weeks. I'm about to cover it up. It's right after Thanksgiving, covered up for a Christmas display, and then I just keep the covers on until about April.
Is that
I
because
just-
the climate?
No,
Still
it's
ending there.
I just want to keep light off of them.
Okay, yeah.
You store them for winter.
I guess I would throw this other thing into the equation, because even if characters are stored in boxes and still yellowing, which I've seen happen with certain basements and certain attics, would smoking then also be a factor in plastic yellowing, depending what, like in any environment, even if it's a dark room?
Smoke staining and sun yellowing are two totally different things.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. No, it's a totally different thing. The smoke you can pretty much wipe off with a little bit of like watered down alcohol, stuff like that. But yellowing, you ain't wiping it off. It ain't coming off.
Well, smoke stain, if you leave it there long enough, that will stain. It's going to be harder and harder to wipe off over time. But it's true, you can wipe it off. Cute.
You need
Cool.
a Christmas tree.
Like when y'all first met me, I was a smoker, but I never smoked inside my house because, you know, I'm a carpenter. I know the damage that smoking does to just your home in general. So we never smoked in the house. But this house, my sister and her husband. I
Here's
built
a
this house for
weird
my sister and
case.
her husband 25 years ago, and they were 2 packs a day each smokers.
Damn.
And when we moved in, where their
That
couch
hurts my lungs just thinking about it.
yeah, where their couch sat, when he sat on one end, he was left-handed, and she sat on the other, she was right-handed. Where their end tables were on the couch, there was these funnel stripes that went up the walls, and I was like, "What the hell is going? Was there a leak?" And then I sprayed it with a little bit of SOS, wiped it off, and I went, "Oh my God, that's a smoke line!" And it from where they would smoke and set it in their ashtray while they're watching TV, and that cigarette's just burning against the wall, and it was just a wedge.
Wow.
Like that.
And usually people that did that had a
20
lamp,
years, you know.
right? Usually people that did that had a lamp right there, right where their cigarette smoke, and it would trap inside the lamp and funnel up and go up the wall. Yeah, I've literally seen imprints of a lamp on a wall from heavy smokers. I'm like, what the hell?
My buddy Pete that comes on here every once in a while, Pete Sims, my IT guy, they bought the house next door to them for, just an investment. And I went over and remodeled it for them. We went in and we were taking all this stuff down because it was an old lady that lived there and she passed away and her daughter put the house up for sale. And so we called her and we're like, what in here do you want? She's like, just throw it all away. It's just pictures, Jesus and crosses and stuff like that. And they didn't want any of it. And we went, this woman had this huge crucifix. It was like 3 foot tall in her living room. And I went and pulled it off the wall. And we thought that the house was yellow.
Oh.
The walls were gray.
Ooh. Ooh.
For 60 years, this woman lived in this house smoking. And we pulled the cross off the wall. And I went, dude, this is like a dull gold gray. It's not even white stained yellow. It's gray stained yellow.
Wow.
It was bad. It was real bad.
I smoke in the house, but I literally go through and scrub the walls down once a year.
Yeah, you got it if you smoke inside.
It's funny, I'll smoke in my house, but not my cars.
I'm the same way, man. I was the same way. Smoking the house, but not in the car.
I'm not going to ride you too hard for this to work, but which one costs more?
Oh, well, yeah.
You'll smoke in your car, or you'll smoke in your house, but not in your car. You'll smoke in your $150,000 investment, but you won't smoke in your $40,000 investment.
I reject your reality and substitute my own return.
Like I said, I'm not going to ride you too hard.
It's all right.
Well, also, a house has a lot more space to disperse it, whereas a car doesn't. Like, I remember one time my car was getting worked on, and my brother loaned me his car, and he's a smoker, and I'm not. And he smoked Black & Miles in that thing, probably some weed, too. I opened up that thing, I about automatically puked. It was just like the smell just hit me. I'm like, oh, God.
No, in Torwart's defense, not smoking in your car is a smarter idea because you're going to trade it in before you're going to trade your house in.
You might be.
I agree.
I ain't trade mine in.
Yes, because actually I had a friend in high school. His dad was a smoker, but he wasn't, and his dad upgraded to another vehicle, gave him his old pickup truck, and I remember spending, I think, the entire weekend scrubbing the upholstery on the roof, like the chairs, everything, and like you could see the brown just kind of became a part of the of the fabric, and the fabric was supposed to be gray. So it took multiple steps of washing out the inside of a truck, literally.
Yeah,
You don't got to show us on here.
Cleaning them out.
Everybody needs to go to the. Everybody needs to go to the Messenger and check out those pictures of those Wellingtons. My God, they came out perfection, dude.
Okay, let me quickly check that, and we're slowly going to wrap up soon. But a couple comments from RJ Eagle, Spin, you make a great point about displaying figures alongside the windows still. I sometimes have to buy doubles to display certain figures. Keeping one in box knowing they will yellow really sucks. And also says, I wish there was a spray or additive we could apply to figures as soon as we unpackage them to protect them from this yellowing. There's got to be a product somewhere. Let's invent one, which is funny because that kind of exists for shoes and almost in a sense of wax for cars. Essentially just, you know, protecting it from from water.
If you weren't going to move it, you could. But as soon as you move it, you're going to break that seal.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And just do like I do, man. Build you a cave. There ain't no windows here. I got UV blocking curtains on this wall over here. Hey, good job.
That's smart.
Turn that down.
Just put aluminum foil on the windows.
So
I got a question for everybody. I already asked Deceptikitty earlier. Maybe he's got an answer now, but so let's go back in time when we first started getting into Transformers and we found out that we loved them. And Christmas was around the corner. What were you hoping to get that you didn't get for Christmas? What was your holy grail that you really wanted as a kid that you didn't get for Christmas?
It's not a Transformer, and it's still my holy grail, and it still costs more than half my freaking cars.
USS Flag.
USS Flag.
There's a toy store in
this day.
There's a toy store in Indianapolis. It's not for sale, but they have it on display. I finally got to actually see one, and dude, it is awesome. It is so awesome.
Yeah.
I had never seen one in person before, and I just walked around the corner, and I went, "Oh my god!" And he goes, "Yeah, that brings people from all over."
Actually, I guess a question: how much would one of those have been worth back in what would that have been, like 84, 85?
$99.95 at normal
Yeah,
store.
$100.
You could catch them on sale at like Kmart or something for $79.95. You hear that, Mom? You hear that? $79.95.
I can sense Toy Warp's trauma.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've seen one in a pawn store years ago, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll pass." And it was only like $50. You're talking about the huge aircraft carrier, right? For
the big 6-foot coffee table. Yeah.
I was like, I got nowhere to put this unless I'm going to glue it to the ceiling.
But
it would literally be my coffee.
For me, the Transformer that I never got and I still don't have a G1 version of it, was Shockwave. I never owned a Shockwave.
Wow.
I had a Shockwave.
I can't complain. My first two. My birthday is in December. My birthday's in 2 weeks, and I'll be 50. By the way, gentlemen.
10 years on
my birthday in '84, I got Skywarp, which was the first one I opened, and Wheeljack. And then for Christmas, which was just 2 weeks later, I got Megatron and Optimus Prime.
Nice.
And so I got the leaders of both sides and a lackey for both sides. And that's what started it for me. But that's why I always say that Skywarp was my favorite, and because I still have the same one that I opened back then there. And I won't buy parts for him. Everything, he's the same way that I put him up whenever I was a kid. And that's, I don't have everything. He's missing a couple of the wings on his tail, or on his feet, but.
So you're turning 50, huh?
Yeah, I'll be 50 in December.
So make sure you post to everybody that you don't want 50 pink flamingos, you just want 50 RCs in the yard.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. My best friend, Jamie Roy, he's gonna have surgery on the 4th. He's having a tumor removed from his pelvic area. And so we're actually putting off my party until January so that he can join in the festivities. And I'm sure there's going to be something going on here. Mm-hmm. You know, they're not going to allow the day to just go by, but there's going to be some sort of a big party in January.
Okay.
Nice.
Right on.
My thing for me was Christmas of '94. What I was after was the generation version of Optimus Prime, which was a reissue of the original with a black trailer. I didn't know it was a reissue because I was a kid. What I also didn't know was that came out in '92. This was '94, so there was no way I was going to be getting that. It was long. But instead, I got Laser Optimus Prime, which was the really cool version that came out that year. So I wasn't exactly too disappointed because once I cracked it open and started playing, I was fine with that one. Yeah. Last TF console saw a complete black trailer G2 Optimus for like a decent price. I'd spent on like my budget already, so I wasn't able to go and get it. So I'm still kind of thinking on that because I'm like I'm happy with what I got instead. Thanks to my parents, they got me the better one. Part of me still like, oh, I kind of want to trade some missile shooting G1 Optimus reissue. It was on the back of all the packaging. They had the little figures, even the ones that came out in '94 still had a picture of the black trailered Optimus on the back of the boxes.
Yeah, was it the black trailer and it says like Optimus Prime, really big on the sides or something?
Yeah. It says.
Yeah, I think
it just says Optimus. No, I think it just says Prime, not Optimus. I think it just says Prime. It does not.
Optimus.
Yeah, I know Larkin Lair. He had a picture of, I want to say, that black trailer one recently, along with
man,
the
where
Laser
is that
Prime as well.
Where is that Prime at? Man, I think I packed them away already. Damn it. Yeah, I think I packed them away.
Yeah, he just came with extra missile launchers and like a sound box.
RJ Eagle mentioned buying figures from smokers who don't disclose that they are smokers are the absolute worst. I try my best to fumigate them with baking soda, but it's tough. Also asked the question, speaking of Christmas, what's on everyone's list for the year? Any one figure. And so before we get to that, because I know we'll end the stream on answering that question and also mentioning the upcoming guests. And also asked, did any of you guys break any Transformers within weeks of getting them as a kid? So kind of two questions. I know for myself, I think it was 85 or 86. One year my mom got the Omega Supreme, and I think the following year was the Defensor gift set. And only because I was a bit older, I think one year she was like, I remember for my birthday, she was like, here's some money, go to the store and like buy Blaster. Or whatever figure you want. And in a sense, I never had a holy grail of figures. I'm just like, I'm happy with whatever figures I get. But it was just cool getting the Defensor box set, which is why Defensor ended up being like my favorite combiner out of all of them.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Yep.
I don't remember breaking any figures, but I remember fixing one right after I got it.
Yeah. I can honestly say when I was a kid, I never got any broken ones.
Here.
Sorry, hold on. Freakenstein? Anthony, finish what you were saying?
Yeah. I got Beast Wars Optimal Optimus one year, and its wing wouldn't move. It was like stuck in place. But we happened to be at my grandparents' house, and they got like a workbench downstairs. So my dad just like took it down there and like unscrewed it and popped open its arm, and the wing kind of some glue in there, and we fixed it up and put it back together. It was a good little moment, like me being like, "All right, let's fix this. Let's get the tools and fix it."
Sweet, love that. Love that.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I got that figure for Christmas one year, that Optimal Optimus.
Yeah.
That was a big Christmas gift. That was the biggest box. That was so awesome to get Optimal Optimus on Christmas.
Yeah, so what I was saying is when I was
the biggest Beast Wars release. So
when I was a kid,
yeah, it was even bigger than the Magna Boss and Predic and Tripedicus.
Okay, guys, let Freakenstein up. What were you saying?
So when I was a kid, I don't think I broke any of the Transformers that I ever got, but I'll tell you now, in the last 7 years, every single Hasbro character that I got has fallen apart or something has popped off. immediately out of the box. So yeah, I don't call that broken, but I call that like just bad engineering. Period.
I call that a gross exaggeration immediately out of the box.
No.
Yeah.
Look at all the
what
videos I got
what
with that
happens? What has to happen for the thing to pop out of the box and just falls apart? Except for that one KO that you got there.
Yeah, but look at all the Hasbro videos I got. Every time I'm doing anything, I just touch it with my finger from behind and something pops off. I'm not even like really even put pressure on it. I'm
He
just
opens
grabbing
the
it.
boxes with firecrackers.
He's touching it from behind.
Makes sense. Makes sense. The only thing I've ever broken.
Like, man, there'll be a better way to open this.
When I was a kid, I got it was like it was in the 90s. I got an Ironhide, and it was my first time getting an Ironhide. And it was an ugly toy, but I was happy getting it. But the thing was just it crumbled into pieces. Like the black parts and the shoulders just fell apart as on the ride home. It wasn't really my fault. That was just from bad plastic. But the only Transformer I've ever broke that was my fault was this Masterpiece Megatron. So I bought this at a con, and I was holding on to it for a long time. And at the time, I had this girlfriend, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe she would think I'm cooler if I opened my expensive Megatron. And the first thing I do, I didn't even get it transformed yet, and I busted it. It's one of these things. Honest to God, I haven't transformed it more than once. It's one of these things busted. And it was such a disappointing thing. I'm trying to show off and bust my Megatron in front of her.
Ouch.
For me, the one that I broke right out of the
I'm not
packet
gonna say what I'm
was the
thinking.
G1 Jazz.
Mm.
Because I was expecting him to transform just like Prowl, just like Blue Streak, everything. And yeah, I didn't slide the hood back before I flipped it up and snapped the hood right off of him. Or the windshield off of him.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
That hurts.
Yep.
I broke the seats off
Also,
my Hound.
Hook was another one that I know everybody broke him. But because everybody that I knew broke him, I didn't break mine.
Which part? I never broke my Hook, but which part I could see him being
The leg people would put him to, when you make Devastator, you got to pull him apart and then turn him around, and he's got that metal piece in there that he slides on. Well, if you put him around and his legs are out in robot mode, and you slide them together and then flip the legs in, it snaps the big one off, the one that has the cab.
I could see that. Wow.
Well, here's
Because
my hook,
that piece that locks underneath that metal is now on top, and so when you bring it down, it just leverages and snaps it.
Yeah, so I replaced my bottom half with a KO because when I was a kid, that broke, and I spent a long time trying to get some replacement parts. So I just found a KO for real cheap, and I replaced the bottom half with a KO. Know exactly what you mean.
So as RJ Eagle says, next week we'll discuss QC issues and horror stories. Always fun. I say we'll skip that one till the week after, because next week we actually have the toy guy who's also on YouTube. And let me see if I can quickly get his flyer, because there's also one interesting thing that I want to ask him while we're interviewing him is the Optimus Prime that he's building.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, well, that'll be perfect if I pick up this collection. Did you see the note in private? I'm picking up a collection. I got the phone call today. I'm picking up a collection.
It's showing us as like content not available.
Does it really? No, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, so what's the story
I guess
behind
it
this?
doesn't work on my computer.
This is a friend of mine, Robbie. Robbie Hicks. He passed away a couple of years ago, and his mother has this collection in her living room. And I've stayed in contact with her. She's also a big Legos person. She's the one that the Enterprise that I have, Lego Enterprise, that was Robbie's.
Okay.
And she's been holding on to this, and she's afraid that she's going to pass on before she does something with it. And so she called me up, and she's like, I want to add this to your collection. So we're going to go and talk about a price, and I'm picking it up this week.
Sweet,
Wow.
sweet.
She has all the boxes for all those masterpieces. There's no KO in it.
Oh
Wow.
man.
I like that Evangelion Prime and the sleep
Oh, yeah.
sleep mode.
That's what I
Sleep
like.
mode is one of my favorites there.
Yeah, there's some rare stuff here. Out of all the things,
I'm going to get a new
Optimus on the
cabinet.
right.
But I'm going to get a new cabinet, and hopefully it's going to be something that I can put that Enterprise on top of. And I'm going to put a dedication in this room to Robbie Hicks.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, the tiny movie Optimus on the right there, that's a repaint of Spy Changer Scourge, and you can only get that in like Japan if you bought like the DVD of the 2007 movie. That might be one of the rarer things there, actually.
Wow. Cool.
Cool. So
I recognize because it's a repaint of the one on the left, right next to it.
there we go. So I found my notes. Yes, so next week, Sunday, November 26th, will be that toy guy from YouTube and Twitter. And we're going to talk about his Angora Models Optimus Prime that stands 2 feet and 7 inches tall. So that's
I always thought that was funny as hell because it's called Angora, but here it is, this big, massive, heavy metal freaking thing, and Angora's supposed to be soft. You know, like, what the hell, man?
Hey,
I should call that thing platinum or something.
I have 2 of them.
the irony. And RJ Eagle says, wow, Magnus and Deceptikitty, those are tough stories of breakish. G1 megs for me at the swivel waist. And also says, ooh, nice. I think I'm subscribed to that toy guy. That'll be fun next week and enjoy his reviews. So within that, so we're also, offline, we're going to put together our contest for our subscribers, viewers, and, possibly for more subscribers and viewers, and items that we will be giving away. So we'll get all that information out to everyone. So once again, thank you to all our current subscribers, everyone that's liked our pages and everything, and I always thank you guys for taking the time to to hang out with us. Also, Fair Courage, what review do you have coming up for tomorrow?
An oldie, because I recently had a chance to get it. Netflix Mirage, evil Decepticon version of the guy that we know and love. Really easy to repurpose a character. He might be Generation 2 guy. He might be Shadrach. But yeah, it's an older one. It's from like 2019. I recently got a chance to grab one, so I wanted to sort of have a look at what he's like these days. Plus, I just reviewed Studio Series Mirage last week, so I guess I'm on a character theme now. And you can find those on childrenofprimus.com under the news and reviews section.
Cool. And also, I thank everyone who's our Patreon subscribers. So I know, Charlie, you are one of them. So, huge thank you as always. And, everyone support our Patreon so we can continue to bring, all our cool videos and everything going on behind the scenes. So once again, thank you. And, as we say at the end of all of our streams, to all are one.
To all are one.